Hello friends, uh, today's tutorial I'm going to show how to create MVC4 application using Code First Entity Framework 5. I already created one tutorial which is kind of code first, but I had so many things in a one tutorial which people complained that they didn't able to follow the tutorial video. So in this one I'm gonna create a Code First Entity Framework 5 project for beginners to understand how this whole things works. So we just start with the beginners one, and then we can go to the next tutorial with advanced with proper folder structure and code. Okay, first thing, we can create a new project. Press start new project. Select ASP.NET MVC4 application. Name the project is called Movie Review. Press OK. For now I'm gonna unselect the unit test project and select empty project. Press OK. In this project we need Entity Framework 5. So if you haven't installed Entity Framework 5 in your system, we can I'll show you how to install Entity Framework 5 once this project loaded. The Code First Entity Framework is much cleaner way to create a project, and it's easy to maintain. And it's when if you're creating a project, if you haven't created a database already, so this is the best way you can go for it. So once the project created here, first thing we can create first thing we can install Entity Framework 5 in this system. So to install, click Tools, Library Package Manager, and Package Manager Console. So this will open up like this, Package Manager Console. To install the Entity Framework, type install package space Entity Framework. Press enter. So now it started installing. So now it says that successfully installed Entity Framework 5.0.0 for the project Movie Review, which we just created. If you already installed Entity Framework 5 or 4, so there is other option to update the Entity Framework. Update package hyphen entity framework. Now it says no updates available for the entity framework in project movie review, so that's fine. So we have what we supposed to have. So when you create a empty project, we don't have any models or controls. So first thing we're gonna do, we right click on the model folder, add class, which we called movie review. Once the class created, we will add, so the file name is movie review, so we're gonna create 3 different class. One is called movie and another one called public class review and another one class called public class comment. Okay, so just imagine you have a 3 different table in a movie database. One is called movie, review and comment. So now we have 3 different table to store our movies data. So first table we're gonna keep all the movies names and details, and then second table, which is called review, which is in which we're gonna store reviews for the movie, and then command if you want to store the comments for the review. Review, I mean movies professional review, and comments about how is that movie and other details if you want to. So we don't need to, so just for the three, just imagine we have 3 different tables for the database called movie review. So we're gonna match the name, whatever the table we're going to create a database, we'll match the same name in this model here, just to keep the name synchronized. It's easy to maintain, I mean easy to remember for us now. As you all know, we haven't created a database or table. We start with code here first. So now we're gonna declare the properties. What is called integer ID and property string. We called movie name, string description of the movie, date and time, release date, okay, and then in the review we're gonna create ID, string content, string title, date and time, created it. And if you want to have a comments inside the review, so we can have something like property I collection of comments. So now, okay, so let's create the comments for comments also. Property ID, sorry, integer ID, property string comment content, property string, date and time, created date. Okay, so now we have model ready. So now we're gonna create the DB context for this model. Right click on the model, add new class. It's called movie review context. Add. So once this file created, press colon, we can inherit the base class here, DB context. This helps to this is the one we're gonna use. This helps to create the database table and then work with entity framework. Right click, resolve using system.data.entity. Once this one ready, we're gonna declare properties DB set, and we call movie the model we created. We add the model here and we call movies. Property DB set, and we created review, and this one called reviews, and then property DB set comment, this one called comments. So now we almost done with the DB context. Now we need to create the controller and view. So in this tutorial I'm going to create auto creations, which much easier when you create a first project to learn how this whole things works. We can do this way, and when you create a big project, so we can create everything manually. So right click on the controller. In this way you can learn very quickly how this whole entity frameworks and context, all those things works together. Right click on the controller, create, add new controller, call home, and then before that let's build the project. Entity frameworks makes our whole project life easier. It's in our one of the big project we're using entity framework. It's much cleaner, and if you can have a store procedure also if you don't want to access all the table data via link query. So we have option of using store procedure or link query to access the database table data. So the project build is done. Right click on the controller, add new controller, to name home controller, and in the template you have empty MVC controller. That's when you create empty MVC controller, you need to create all the action, result and views by manually. But in this tutorial I'm going to use MVC controller with read, write, action and views using entity frameworks. This will create most of the code for us, and then we can modify according to our need. So I'm going to use MVC controller with read, write, action and views using entity framework. And then you can use movie. So we're going to create a read, write, edit, all those options for the movie object. So I selected the model class, and then I'm going to select the data context, which is movie review context, the one context which we created, which will help to connect the database, and press add. So this, now what this happening is it's creating controller action result, and it's creating views for that movies model, which includes create movies, edit movies, delete movies. If you want to create manually, you can do that too. So when you to create manually, you can right click the controller and select empty controller, and then you can create action result for edit, create and insert. So now the controller is ready, and it's creating all the views also ready. So if you click the home controller, we'll see it's called the DB context, our one which we created. So now this one connect the database, and then it's created the index for us. The index will show a list of all the movies, which is link query db.movies.toList, and then details will gives the details of the movies, and create will helps to create the movie. So here so we'll pass the movies list of details for the movies, and it will add movie to the database, and edit will helps to edit the movies, and delete will helps to delete the movies. Okay, so this automatically created everything for us. So you have a controller ready, and if you go and see views, it has a view, index view, which will helps to list the list of all the movies, and edit will helps to edit, shows the how to edit the movies. It has a hidden for label for everything created for us, and the form using the model movie. So same way you can create the same functionality for reviews and comments. So for now we're gonna look only movies here. So delete also has views, how to list the details and then delete it. So everything looks ready, so we're gonna build it. As you already know, we haven't created the database or table, anything. Even we haven't added the connection string to connect the database. So now we're gonna run this project. So what happens here is, when you run this project, when you started loading this project, this will create the database for us, even though we didn't provide any connection string or we haven't created the table. So this will use the movie review context as the context. So it's create the database file. If you are not providing connection string to connect the database, which database to connect, it will create the file for database file, and it will create the table for us, 3 table: movies, review, comment, with field names with whatever the property we mentioned. So the page loaded, it comes with create new. So I'm gonna press create new. So there is a small issue with automatically creation. So what we can do is, we just need to delete this at symbol for the create page. Let's go back here, Solution Explorer. Scroll down, and this one, just delete this one, and then save, refresh. See this, now we have movie name to type. Movie name is Great People, description people, and the date I'm typing 11/11/2012. If you type some text, let's see what happens. I'm thinking it's gonna raise the error, but let's see. I'm sorry. Now it's creating the all the tables, and it's checking all the properties, everything. So yes, this is what I expected. The value is not valid because it's the automatically created the template even added the validation for this text box. So I got gonna put what we gonna put 11 11 11 11 11 2012. Now create. So now it's created. See the magic? We haven't created any tables, but that one created table for us and create the properties, everything for us. So it looks it's created perfectly. So now we need to know where this database and everything created. So I have the path here, so it depends on your system, you can find it. Go to C, program files, Microsoft SQL Server, and then Express. If you install Express, MySQL data. So I'm gonna copy this and put it in run. So here, if you see movie review, so this is the one is created for us. So it's created automatically some names called movie review contact something. So if you don't want this to be created like this way, so we can connect our database directly. To do that, we need to add the connection string in the config file. Then we can go to the database and see whether the data whatever we created is created or not. Go to the config. Below the config section, below the config section, create connection string. I have already, but I know I shouldn't. So this is what add name equal to, I'm gonna type movie review. This name should match with our movie review context. So this name and web config, the name of my connection string also should match. Movie review context, connection string equal to data source equal to dot slash SQL Express, comma, integrated security equal to security SSPI. I think that's what I provided. So using PI, so that's for the security thing, and data catalog is equal to initial catalog is equal to new movie, and then we can provide which provider we're gonna use. Provider name equal to system.data.SQL client. Catalog equal to, here we're gonna provide what's the database name. I'm gonna put movie review. Okay. Provider is equal to system.data.SQL client. Let me double check that. Sometime I make simple mistake and then I will think, what did I do? Data express integrated security, SSPI, initial catalog, whatever the movie name and whatever the names we provided, and the provider name, such like that. Okay, save this and then build again, just for the save. Okay, run the project. Now our hope is, rather than it's create the file, it's gonna create the database for us, the database name called movie review, which is gonna store in a server called SQL Express. Okay, let's see what's gonna happen. We got error, integrated, yeah, spelling mistake. I'm gonna copy and paste. I always make small mistakes, as I mentioned. I don't even know what it typed, so once I copied and pasted, we can read it. Okay, go to web config again, integrated security. Oh, sorry, I didn't put the equal to SUCURITY. Okay, run. Even though I type this so many times, I make mistake again and again. I'm sorry about that. It's integrators. One more error. Come on. I'm really sorry. So ENI. So this is what I said. I always make the spelling mistake or some simple mistake. Okay, come on, this time should come back. Third times. Sometime when you get error message, it's good. In a way you will learn more things, so you come to know, okay, what mistake you made. From your mistake you come to learn some new things, and you come to never make this, never, if you make the same mistake again, you know, oh, that's, oh man, incorrect, check the inner exception. Okay, I'm gonna see again why it's causing again. Connection string. I'm gonna copy and paste this. If you don't, then I'll I don't know what mistake I have. Provider name SQL system.data.SQL client, and then I'll change this to movie review. Okay, and then the context should be matched with this one, movie review context. Okay, and then play again. What was the error it was showing? System cannot find the path specified. I hope we made everything correct. Movie context, DB context, DB set movies, reviews, comments. All those things are correct. it was working before we change the connection string, which means everything is good. The problem with connection string only then. Yes, now this is correct. I don't know what mistake I made before. Anyway, so let me go back again. Let's read again. So connection string add name. The name should be matched with whatever the context name we created here, and connection string equal to data source, and connect to the server, which server you want to connect, and then security SSPI, and you can use username, password, security also. And initial catalog, what the database name we're gonna use, or what database should create automatically for us. Okay, so everything ready. Now we can create a new movie. Okay, movie name called Thank God. Description, thanks, movie 2012. Created. So we're gonna create one more movie. Awesome. Okay, we'll change the date to 12. Create. So now two movie name created. You can press edit button to edit the movie name. We may get the error message. Yes, I thought that at symbol error comes, so let's go back and fix that. In edit also has the script. Scroll down to the bottom, delete the script and save it. Refresh again. Probably we have the same issue with all the other files also, which is details, create, delete. So we can go and fix that when we needed to. Okay, so now edit view opened, so I'm gonna delete the Thank God to great. Okay, great. Okay, good one. Sorry, good one. And then save. So now movie name changed to good one. So now we know in our web config we set in SQL Express server create a movie review database. So let's stop this and go to Database Explorer and click connect to database, and then change this to SQL server, and then type /SQL Express, and then go to the database list of database name. It's still loading. Okay, it's loaded. We created movie reviews, so that's a table. It's a database created automatically in the database. Now press OK. Now go and see the tables. See, it's created three tables. One is called commands, movie, and reviews. Let's go and see the movie table, whether the data is stored here or not. Right click, open show table data. See, it's created. So now I'm gonna change something here, close it and refresh the page. It's changed here. So that's it. This is the code first entity framework 5 and using MVC4 pattern. This is a beginner's tutorial. I hope everyone followed very clearly. If you have a question, please post the comments and send me an email. I'll try to reply you. And the next tutorial I'm gonna create the proper folder structure, I'm going to use repository pattern to create the DB context, and then we'll create a one good database and proper models, and we use interface, all other good stuff. Okay, thanks for watching. We'll keep in touch again. Bye.